Well, hello internet, here we are. It's been a few weeks since my last vlog update, or however you want to say. It's been an interesting stretch, and yeah, welcome to our vlog. So, here we go. Well, over the last few weeks, I have been struggling to get the many things that are on the agenda this summer done. Struggling to deal with everything that is going on with the move that is in progress here. The date is growing closer. However, I am struggling with the fact that I'm going from a one-bedroom apartment into a tiny, well, what is essentially a tiny 9 by 9 or 10 by 9 room. So I don't know what to take, what to throw away, what to put in storage, which I don't have room for. Everything that I have is not small. My double bed takes up a lot of real estate in a room that small. My flat screen TV and TV stand take up a lot of real estate in a room that small. My 6-foot painting workbench takes up a lot of real estate in a room that small. The 3-foot or whatever it is wide shelf that all the paint sit on takes up the rest of the space in the room that small, and I haven't even got to the computer or the computer desk or things like that. As much as YouTube is a struggle sometimes, it still brings in a little bit of camping money or project money once a year for a tank of fuel or two. My paintings haven't really brought in much money at all. If anything, they have cost money. However, I'm hanging on to my paints and my painting bench because it may be the only way that I survive this cold, dark winter. My double bed is like a $2,000 bed. And it was bought new in the fall of 2019. So whatever that is there, 3.5 years, 4 years. I can't really justify throwing it away yet, nor is it showing any signs of needing to be replaced. So why would I replace an expensive, basically the most expensivest bed I've ever owned, just to turn around and buy one that is slightly cheaper, that is smaller. The TV, it's a smart TV that works with, Wi-Fi and all that, and I own it. Why would I sell it and buy one that's smaller unless I really have to? I can hook my computer up to the TV to use it as a monitor, so it kind of serves a dual purpose. Fail epically at my future plans. These items that I'm going to be throwing away or getting rid of, I'm going to need to rebuy at short notice. And if I fail epically at my plans, the last thing on my mind is going to want to re-hunt up certain items that I can't afford, again, but yet it does not make economical sense to pay $150 a month for a C-can storage to store a bunch of items in. It's not like I am going backpacking through Europe or like the church does, missionary work, or going on the Mars One program or something like that, where I'm gone for a little bit and be back. If I don't fail epically, then this is going to be a permanent thing, and I'll do everything I can not to rent or overpay for an apartment again for as long as I can. You know, the whole dentist thing back in March, in the spring of the year, I went because one of my teeth was bugging me. Like, bugging me, and I wanted it pulled. And of course they do their dental x-rays and all this stuff, and I knew how it was gonna go. It's like going to the doctor or going to a mechanic when you have an old vehicle. They won't just fix that one little thing. They get in there and then they want to do this and want to do that, and next thing you know, you're having plastic surgery because you got crow's feet, and $50,000 later, here you just went in to get your eyebrows waxed or whatever it is, right? And I've had to cancel my consultation now for the surgery twice. With the cost of things, the essentially 6-hour drive, the cost of fuel, my budget is not there to pay for fuel for a drive to the city. The stress leading up to this consultation appointment, and the costs get snowballed to the point where in the preceding 3 or 4 days I'm a mess, I'm a wreck. I don't eat, I don't sleep properly. I look at my bank account and I wonder, you know, will that $60-$80 be enough to drive, you know, 5.5 hours away and back without running out of fuel? You know, I've never, in the past, I've never had to do that, and in the last couple of years, it's becoming more and more normal for have to worry about where that little extra is going to come from so you can actually buy groceries. I haven't bought groceries now in, I think it's getting on to be 2.5 or 3 months. I just can't afford to do it. It's just not there with everything, costs rising and everything the way it is. Yeah, I know. With the big Jayco project, I know I've spent money I shouldn't have. And that's probably part of the problem right there, is spending money I didn't have on a trailer that, let's face it, is not worth putting more than a dime or two into. That being said, I've been trying to work on the Jayco. I have metaphorically hit a brick wall. I was trying to work on it in some of the hottest days of June here, and I cooked my brain. I fried myself. I found out that I'm still extremely sensitive to the heat. I shouldn't have been out there, but I wanted to get it done. Partly because, well, there was a glimmer of hope to maybe go camping. But at the same time, you know, I should just wash my hands of it and drag it across town to the scrapyard and leave it there. I'd be further ahead to cut my ties, cut my losses with it. Maybe pull out the working camping fridge to sell for a couple $100 and, well, let the rest of it go. I was trying to work through it in between the heat and the rain. We've had a lot of rain here in June, and I went and bought my material. There was 2 sheets of 5/8, 1 sheet of 3/8, 18 2x2s, a couple of 2x3s for another upcoming project potentially, and a couple of bags of supplies. I thought if I could do things in stages or steps, you know, in when the weather was okay, it'd be less to do at a moment's notice, or when the day came that I could work. But I've hit a brick wall, and with those things combining into the perfect storm, like the Jayco, the consultation, the moving, the expenses, not eating properly, not sleeping properly, it's been a struggle for the month of June. I don't know what I should do. I don't know if I should just cancel the dentist thing altogether because, well, I've lived with these teeth for 20 years like this. Yeah, they hurt once in a while, but you learn how to deal with them. And when they get to hurt bad enough, I know an old method to deal with them. You just can't swallow what you put in your mouth because it's not good to digest that stuff. But it sure does kill the root of the tooth, never makes it hurt again. And as for the moving, well, that day is going to come regardless, and for my future plans the way they are, I need to drastically cut my unneeded rental expenses. You know, with the maintenance needed on the truck, the money's got to come from somewhere, and you know, when you're too ugly for OnlyFans and the privilege or the ability of working a full-time job has been took away, the only other option is to do what I'm doing. It's either that or buying a tent and going living in the park with the rest of the people. And like I said, there's been a lot of stresses, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of thought trying to weigh out options, trying to get things figured out on where to go. My dad always used to say one step at a time, or it was kind of like eating an elephant, little bites at a time. But how many little bites of an elephant do you eat before the elephant goes bad and you end up choking on the little bites? I've been trying to work through things, and I think what I need to do is unplug, discard 2 or 3 of these dead projects that are never going to amount to anything, quit spending money on consultations and medical forms that aren't going to go anywhere, that they keep requiring, that is just a waste of money, and focus on what's important, like right now, the moving. Once the move is done with, once all the left behind items are discarded, then a person can move on from there. And even if that means that the Jayco gets tossed and I go buy a tent and I camp with a tent for the first two or so years until I can save up enough money again to buy a 40 or 50-year-old trailer like I did the first time around. Just a few little ideas that I had floating on in my brain that I wanted to put out there and see what you guys all think of it. Leave a comment below whether I'm crazy or if I'm on the right track with some of my ideas. If you have some thoughts, leave them on down below. Maybe we can incorporate them into our future plans. But it is what it is, and around we go. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.